Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? You may notice this is not the dashboard of the Kawasaki. The VFR is alive and well. As mentioned in one of my last videos, I bought a second bike. It's a 1998 VFR 800 FI, very early FI. Like I said, 98. It still has a choke lever, which is adorable. But yeah, she's finally finished. So I thought I'd slap the GoPro on, seeing as it's actually quite sunny today, even though it's the end of November. And just take the camera on for a ride, take you guys on for an onboard trip of the VFR. Sorry, I'm trying to think of things to talk about. I've not done a vlog thing in a while, and as you can probably tell, I have no script or anything. I just sort of put the camera on hook. So yeah, what's happening to the Kawasaki? So I'm filming this on Monday. The Kawasaki went into the shop on Friday for its big service. So it's done 50,000 miles. It's due a valve check. I'm getting the spark plugs done. I'm getting the rear wheel bearing replaced again. It's gone for another wheel bearing. And just a general look around, because again, 50,000 miles is quite a lot for a bike. So my mechanic knows I have this now as a backup. So I've said to him, just like, you know, take your time. Don't prioritize it, because you know, I don't want to rush him, because I have two bikes now. This is the joy of having two. So you may notice my speedo is massively out. That's why I've got the speedo app on. I've gone down 1 tooth at the front and up 2 on the rear. Fucking pheasant, Jesus. How would the GoPro pick that up? Yeah, so the speedo on this reads off the front sprocket, so going down a tooth at the front has really thrown it off. Hence why I'm just showing that, like, just for this video, that I'm not speeding, just the speedo is inaccurate right now. So it says I'm doing 70, I'm actually doing 60. It's about 15-20% off. So I start people commenting, oh, you're speeding, I'm going to report you. It's like, no, the speedo's off. It is what it is. I do plan to get a speedo healer, but I just don't have £70 right now to, like, it doesn't affect the bike. You know, the bike still runs fine. It's just, you've got to bear in mind that 80 is 70, and you know, just that's about it really. Sorry if the wind noise is bad. I am doing 65. You know, it's A roads. But yeah, what's the VFR like? So I've owned 2 of these. Not this particular generation. I own 2 VTEC models. So the 6th gen, the ones that came after this, and I had really bad luck with them. So the first one either blew a head gasket or cracked the rear cylinder after just under a year of ownership. And then the second one had so many electrical issues, it made me buy the Kawasaki, because I was just done with Honda. I was like, I'm never touching Honda again. But I couldn't resist the V4. I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ducati. I don't want an Aprilia because Italian reliability. So Honda. This bike was £1,000. Sure, it wasn't great condition, but I'm now into this well under £3 grand, and it's perfect really, apart from a few cosmetics. You may notice I'm missing a infield cover on the left side. Annoyingly, my China kit, that bit snapped off when trying to install it, so this means that screen's a bit more wobbly. It doesn't really affect things too much. It just annoys me slightly. I've got a VTR 1000 Firestorm or Superhawk, depends on where you're from. Set of calipers at the front, a CBF 600 front master cylinder. So by factory, these bikes come with linked brakes, so when you hit the front it does the back, and when you do the back it does the front. I hate that system with a passion, and so do lots of other VFR owners. So this is a really simple conversion. You just remove the linking lines, and yeah, so it's got a VTR front end. The rear is still all VFR. And yeah, it's great. There's plenty of bite. Like, I don't want to brake check a lorry behind me, but like you can see the front end, just it really does grip well. I do need to bleed the brakes a little bit. I'm really crap at bleeding brakes, so a friend's coming over with his vacuum bleeder later, so get that sorted. But yeah, they're way better already. But how does this bike compare to the Kawasaki? Well, it feels so much nimbler. I was actually looking at the spec sheet of this compared to the ZX14, and overall length and width and stuff, there's not much in it. They're very, very close. But the wheelbase on this is a lot shorter than the ZX, and you can feel it. Like it flicks around. Like it's awesome. And the power, I mean, this has 110 horsepower compared to the Kawasaki's like 200. I mean, it's still plenty. Like, I'm never like, oh, I wish I had an extra 50 horsepower. Like, it's plenty. It's fine. If we hit a set of red lights, I'll do a little pull. But yeah, it's got heaps of power. Again, that could be because of the gearing. I've, like I said, messed with the gearing slightly. I also have a K&N filter on here, and it's got fresh spark plugs and everything. So I mean, the engine is healthy on this. That's what I wanted when I bought this bike as a project. I wanted a healthy base to work on, and I think I've got that here. You know, these V4 gear-driven engines, gear-driven cams. People do like 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles, and like they never have issues. So I'm hoping that's the case here. I mean, so far this bike's done 23,700. How genuine that is, I have no idea, because it's had 7 owners, this bike. I'm the 8th owner. And I just have a horrible feeling this was a track bike at some point. Just given the condition of the tyres and just little bits. I think this was a track bike at some point, but hey, I'm the owner now. Right, I'm hoping to get stuck at this roundabout so I can do a pull-away acceleration test, just to show that 110 horsepower, it's funny. It really is. Loads of VFR guys say the 750 is the best one. I wanted a fuel injection, and this is the first VFR with fuel injection. I think it's actually the first Honda with fuel injection. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the VTR didn't have it, and that was the same year. And the CBRs didn't, the 900s. So this might be their first like fuel injection bike. I think that was the whole point of the VFR, to showcase technology. Right, let's do a little acceleration past Volvo. Actually, I'll open the visor so you can hear the engine as well. It sounds lovely. Go on. Got a tiny bit carried away there, but it just shows this thing. Like, it's awesome. It sounds great. It pulls more than you ever need out of a daily bike. Like I said, the whole plan of this bike was to be my weekend bike. You know, the Kawasaki to do my work commute, you know, up and down this road every day, and then this was going to come out on the weekends. But like I said, the Kawasaki needs its service, so this has been forced into the winter. I'm trying to keep it clean because obviously there's grit on the road, and I don't want this thing rusting like I bought it as. So when I bought this thing, it was a bit of a rust bucket. I don't want that happening again, but winter, it doesn't help. But I just love how it sounds. There's 40. Just like that. If you've never owned a bike, just get one. They're awesome. But I don't want to waffle too much in this video. I just wanted to show that she's complete. She's lovely. I'll slap a picture on the screen of what she looks like side on. Like I said, she's got this race rep livery on. I went for the classic NC30 like VFR 400 colours, and I think it looks fab. The quality's not great because they're Chinese fairings, but from 5 feet away, that's the main thing. They look great, and where I'm sat, you know, the bike mechanically is happy. Only downside with this bike is where I put my quad lock, I can't see the neutral light, so I'm paranoid of stalling. But I don't know, just rev like a twat in front of like in traffic, but she sounds so good, so fucking good. It's a Remus Grand Prix can, but I've done a few modifications to it. So yeah, what's gonna happen on this bike now? Like I said, it's my commuter now until the Kawasaki's back, and then this will be bought out on weekends and just if I fancy something a bit different. The only modifications left for it are a speedo healer, just to fix the speedo, so I don't have to have this app open all the time. And I want a carbon. I'm getting a carbon A16 custom can because the The Remus link pipe is a high mount, so obviously it shows off the rear wheel. They're quite tricky to find in the diameter I want, which is 54mm. So A16 you can just put in your specs, like the length, diameter of the inlet, all that jazz, and they'll make you a custom exhaust. So I'm getting a carbon can titanium tip slash cut with removable baffles. It should look the business. So yeah, that's the plan. Just exhaust, helo, speedo helo, and yeah, this will be my weekend bike. Something a bit different. Like I said, it doesn't have the straight line speed of the ZX14, but it handles so nicely. And this is on 20-year-old suspension. Like these front forks I bought secondhand off eBay from a VTR 1998 as well, so I've kept it the same year, which is kind of cool. The rear shock is original. I've just bumped up the preload a bit and the rebound, and like it's a bit soft, but it's good enough. I do want a YSS shock eventually, but for now it's fine. And like a YSS is like 300 quid. I mean, is it worth it? Probably for a track, but not for me. Is that Danny? Hey! But yeah, I'll leave the video for now. If you made it this far, cheers for watching.